I do want to show you the early spring kind of presentation. Sadly, the spring plants don't all come out at once, so you don't really get to see the whole thing at once. But on the bright side, it's good that they do take turns. This is hyacinth, because there's always something new coming up, and there's always new interest in the garden. So this is our front yard, and I mainly have roses here, so the roses are still waking up. Now in the fall, I wanted to add more of the fall plants, like the bulbs, but then I didn't dare to even dig in here because I couldn't remember precisely what grows where. Look at this beauty. And so I decided to wait until spring so I can actually see what is where before I add something here. So you see the phlox, creeping phlox starts coming up, the daffodils, some of the daffodil types are blooming, not all, but some. I like this bright yellow one. It's also really nice. Now this front I planted many years ago, and it may be just one or two, and over the years they obviously spread and multiplied. You see my creeping phlox? This whole thing is gonna be purple blanket soon. So anyways, what I was trying to say is, now that I see what is where and who grows where, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and get purple hyacinth, hopefully, and maybe more of the bright yellow daffodils, and I'm gonna make a wavy line, kinda. You see what I mean? Sorry, I have dirt on my finger. I've been planting. So I will kind of have like a wavy line, and now I'm not afraid to damage anything because I can see all the bulbs. And you see how my front is like creeping phlox and like some lilies over there. Then this is a spring bulbs. The next row is peonies, and then the main two rows is roses. And then I have some of the evergreens like camellia and that what you call them, Colorado blue spruce, some azaleas, Japanese maple. So there's always something kind of in the front, but I have a big front yard, so it's always something blooming, and that's what you need to do when you're kind of planting. You want to, so what I'm going to do is I kind of want to spruce up our front door, and I'm gonna paint just the front door blue, kind of match the planters and the evil eye, and it's kind of gonna give a little bit of pop of a color. So my tulips are popping up, as you see, but we do still have little time for them. And I do have this twinkling light, which is solar, and it looks great at night. You see, everything is just waking up. More tulips, daffodils. I need to shape up that bush right there. That's gardenia, and that's another camellia and another Colorado blue spruce. So a lot of work, but I'm gonna do a little bit of a time, not to overwork myself, but I just wanted to let you know that what I'm gonna be working on. And it's always like that in a garden, you know, it's always a work in progress, and it's always something new you want to tweak, move around, or give it another shape or dimension or kind of way. Like right now, I think I really love the way the hyacinth comes up, but I do see that some areas are lacking the daffodils. And then I probably want to add more varieties of daffodils, but you see how nice it looks. Definitely you know, makes you more excited about spring coming. Look at that. Oh, I love those spring flowers. I think I'm gonna go shopping more, and especially this front didn't get any attention the past few years. All right. So, okay, I'm doing an update on my front yard. So, the signs of early spring, as you see, we have this beautiful creeping phlox, and I can't tell you enough about creeping phlox. If you don't have it, this is the best ground cover. So this is our front yard, and so far we only have daffodils, hyacinth, and creeping phlox in bloom. As I was saying earlier, so first I want to point out that when you are planting, right, what matters is the layering. So you are doing the lower level is a ground cover creeping phlox, then next in height is hyacinth, then it's the daffodils, and then in the back is your like bigger structures like trees, all those camellias or the pencil hollies, and any plants if you want to put them in pots and just give a little kind of height structure. So here we are. As you see, I transplanted, I couldn't find in a nursery hyacinth and daffodils was sold out, so I transplanted some of the hyacinth from my other areas, and as you see, the first year they're just gonna be like flappy, but next year they will come back nicely. So I filled in the gaps, so now it kind of looks all proportional. I added more of the yellow, bright yellow daffodils there, and as you see, the creeping phlox is still coming up. I really like how it's all coming together. And so I did paint the front door, and I think it looks nice, like just the pop of the color. My husband is not on the same page, but it's okay, it's just paint. And then here I did give a nice trim to my bush, just a little bit touch up there. So that's it. That's the sign of early spring, and I'm still waiting on my tulips and other bulbs that I planted. Here inside the planters you can see that the tulips are coming up. See how beautiful? The tulips are coming up, but I don't see the bloom yet. And so another thing I wanted to show you is sign of spring in my front yard is this magnolia that some people call a tulip tree, but I think it's a Japanese magnolia, and it's just coming up to bloom, but eventually it will be full tree of the bloom of those beautiful flowers, and they will kind of like open up. They still kind of not opened up, you see. And then I have my other small tree, which is this beautiful peach. That's ornamental peach, you see, and it's still just coming up. It's very small, it's ornamental, but I love it because the leaves are kind of burgundy. The leaves are burgundy color, and they already look beautiful even without the... They do actually produce some peach. And the blooms, I think, is just spectacular. All right, well, let me see if I can find anything else for the early spring signs for you.